Hello and welcome to another video that MyRetroComputer are doing. This video we're not going to do a build, we're going to do a little mini unboxing and then we're going to explain a few things about the actual keyboard, because it's worth noting and letting people know how what the keyboard is, because that is the main part of the case. It's the most expensive part, and it's a reason why the case is quite expensive, and a lot of people have been commenting on that. So to start with, I want to thank everybody that's been on the channel. They've seen the website, they've maybe bought some products, they've subscribed. We've got 100 odd subscribers now, and it's a start, and thank you very much for that. Lots of people have gone onto the social media as well. Thank you very much. I know we haven't brought much out at the moment, but we will do. We've been really busy building systems and cases and things like that, but thank you so much. So if this is the first time you're watching this video, please click that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up and click the notification so that when we bring another video out you'll know about it straight away. So the next thing I want to do is, a lot of you will probably didn't even know about us and saw the video that Christopher done on explaining computers, and I just wanted to do a little mini unboxing, nowhere near the quality of what he does, and it's the actual box and the case that we sent to Chris. He sent it back, so what I want to do is just cut this very carefully open, because I asked him if he would be so kind as to sign the case and the retail box, and he said he has, so I can't wait to have a look at this. And if you're watching as well, Chris, thank you so much for doing the video, and I enjoyed watching it. So this is our prototype retail box. This is the first retail box we had made, and this is the one that they sent us out. As you can see, the original one had a carry handle, but we didn't. That was just a one-off. We didn't go down that route. Oh, sorry. So Chris has signed that. This box is going to go on my wall in my office. I'm chuffed that it's because it's the first box we ever had. Okay, so this is when you get a system. This is what it's looking like. This is what it looks like, or a case, should I say? And you've got some instructions in there. Now, obviously, most of you know that anyway because you've seen Chris's video. So what I'm going to do now is find where we sign the actual case. So this is the case that Chris used, and there's his signature. So thanks very much, Chris, for doing that for me. I really appreciate it. I'm going to build this, and this is going to be my daughter's retro computer. I'm going to stick Windows on that at a later date. But thanks very much. So that's that, and I want to move on now to the keyboard. Right then, so this is our keyboard stripped right down to the bare. So basically what you've got here is Cherry MX key switches, and these are the blue version. They do different colours. The blue one is the one that gives the tactile click that's associated with our keyboard. These clip through a metal bracket which has got 2 returns on each end to give it rigidity so it doesn't bow. It's about 1 mil thick, it's powder coated black. They clip through that, and then on the back there's a printed circuit board that comes down over them all, again clips onto the mechanical keycaps, the key switches, and then it's all soldered into place. So it's one complete system, and this is what you get from TG3. This is the company, TG3 make that, and TG3 are a mechanical keyboard manufacturer. I think they make every type of keyboard you can think of, but they make them for hospitals and medical centres and places like that. It's a fantastic keyboard, very high quality. Cherry key switches are the most expensive on the market, but they're also the best. They're made in Germany. So this is a keyboard that's assembled in America, but part of it's built in Germany as well. It's a very high quality keyboard. And the other half of it is the keycaps. And the keycaps are made in America by a company called Signature Plastics. And these are double shot keycaps. So this X isn't printed on the surface like it would be on a keyboard like this, a cheap keyboard. I think this was, I don't know, £19, I don't know, about $24, something like that. It's a Logitech keyboard, but they're pad printed, and after so many thousand impressions you start wearing out the letters. That won't happen with these keycaps. Think of a stick of rock. If you break a stick of rock, the lettering goes all the way through it. Same with this. If I cut this keycap in half, you would see the X all the way through the keycap. It's done in two. I'm not an expert on double shot injection moulding, but I think what happens is the injection mould comes together and injects the brown liquid, as in the brown plastic, and then comes out and injects the white in a separate injection process. So it's done, you know, double shot to produce these. I think I've been told that, I'm no expert on this, but I've been told that the double shot process is the cheapest process to get the lettering on the keycaps, but it's the most expensive in tooling. The tooling is double the price because you've got an injection mould, as opposed to doing it once, it has to do it twice with two different plastics, two different colours coming in one go. So the actual once you've actually got the moulds made, they're cheap to produce, but the moulds are really expensive. And I want to go on to the moulds in a moment, but so basically a set of keycaps for our keyboard. I bought, by the way, when I bought the keyboards, they all had the keycaps on them already. But a set of keycaps, you're going to go and buy a set now, because they still sell these. They're made, like I say, by Signature Plastics, who specialise in low volume, but they do, a lot of the modders or people that bring out specialist keyboards, low volume keyboards, will go to Signature for the keycaps. A fantastic little company in the States, or big company, I'm not sure. But a set of keycaps for this keyboard is $49, right? And in order for me to get them for $49, I'd have to buy 100 at a time. So it just gives you an instance, it gives you an insight as to how expensive these keyboards are. Now, when I say how expensive, this is a high quality keyboard. This is ultra high. This is probably the highest spec keyboard you can get. And that's why the system is the price it is, because that's how much the stuff comes to. You believe, if I went into it about what we're making on each one, you wouldn't believe it. Most of it is the price of the consumables that bring it together, because it's a low volume product. It's not mass produced in China, but there's a huge amount of quality involved in it. It's not cheap Chinese stuff. There's a huge amount of quality involved in this. That being said, and this is something else I want to mention, we didn't produce this. We bought this in 2014 off a company that went bust. Or I won't go into details, but we bought the stuff. The company that produced this was a company called Commodore USA. Now, I was naive. I thought when we did all this, and people started going on our website, people would already know that it was Commodore USA. It is mentioned on the website, but I'm starting to get feedback that people don't know that. So I wanted to do this video as well to explain that Commodore USA in 2010 developed the C64x that they called the Commodore 64. So when you buy a My64, it used to be called a Commodore 64. So I've got a little claim to fame there. It used to be branded as a Commodore 64. We're not allowed to do that anymore because the people that own the actual intellectual property, Commodore, I think they're called Polab Holdings now, they're not interested in licensing it out for whatever reason, I don't know. We've approached them several times, but they're not interested. But I wanted to let you know that we didn't develop this. And also, the other thing, and people's mentioned this to me as well, that you might think I've copied another UK company into bringing this into being. I haven't. This has been around since 2010. So we've just bought the stuff in 2014. So I just want to move on, and I want to show you the Commodore USA website as it was in 2000 and well, this is June 23rd 2012. So this is their website, and they had at the time Commodore was owned by Azarim or something. Who knows who owns what, but it's such a load of spaghetti trying to figure out it. But at the time it was owned by Azarim or Commodore Licensing or something, and Commodore USA licensed the name Commodore. They also licensed the name Amiga from Amiga in the States. So they had two products. They had the Commodore 64, which we're selling as the My64. They also had the Amiga Mini. They had the Vic Slim, which is a slimline keyboard like this, but an all-in-one with Windows. There it is there. And they had the Amiga Meow or something like that. So they had quite a... There it is there. So they had quite a lot of things going, and they were also selling full systems. They weren't just selling empty cases. You had the option. So if I click on the Commodore 64... it gave you options. So there's the bare bones option. Just wait for it to load. This is really good. By the way, I'm using the web archive. You can do this as well. If you go on web.archive.org, type in a domain name. For argument's sake, you could have a look at MyRetroComputer in 2014. I think the website went live in June, something like that. So you can go back to 2014 to see our website up and running. Also, you could go and type in CommodoreUSA.net and see the Commodore USA's website like I've done on June 23rd 2012. So there's the full system, and you can see it all here. They also had their own operating system for it, which you can find on our COS page. And you can download it, but believe it or not, the two links that are there, the torrent links, are grabbed from this website. So I've got the torrents don't come from MyRetroComputer; they're from this website, and they work because I've downloaded the operating system from those torrents on our website to make sure it worked, and it works. Don't ask me how. All those years later, but the two torrent links that I've got on MyRetroComputer are the original torrent links from Commodore USA's website. So if we go back to store, oh no, let's click buy now, and then it will show us how much the bare bones. So this is the Commodore 64x. They called it for short C64x, and that's what the model number is on ours underneath still. When you look at the silver label underneath. But so the bare bones system was $345, and look at this, look. The C64x Supreme, so this is the top of the range full system that they were selling, was $1,295. So that's the full Commodore. So if I was doing it as a My64, $1,295. I don't think I'd ever get away with that, but I won't be thinking of doing that anyway. But I just wanted to give you a little bit of insight. One, to the keyboard and what makes this system and what makes it the price it is, and two, from where this system came from. So it came from Commodore USA 2010. We bought the stuff in 2014 and put the website up. I won't go into great detail, but I bought the stuff. I had about 50 or 60 bare bones cases, which I sold over a few years. I never took it any further than that, even though I obviously intended to when I bought everything, because the keyboards were so expensive, I just couldn't afford to buy them in bulk. And I was also worried, because I saw that Commodore USA had, or the gentleman behind it that sadly passed away and why Commodore USA folded, Barry Altman, had an awful lot of bad comments, bad publicity, people saying horrible stuff, and I was kind of, when I found out how much the keyboards were, I was worried that it would happen to me as well. So I didn't have the money, and I was worried about getting bad things said about me and things like that. So on two fronts, it was one of the reasons why I didn't do it in 2014. I mean, I couldn't have done it because I just didn't physically have the money. Then the other thing I wanted to say is, why did we pick this year to do it? Well, there's someone else doing it, and you know, and I've always, I mean, even now, or not now, but this year and for the last few years, I've been thinking, regretting not doing it. You know, all the time thinking, I wish I'd done it, I wish I did it. You know, I spent all that money and I haven't done anything about it. And this year, I know it's horrible to say it, but we had COVID. I was furloughed, and I started thinking, do you know what? If I don't do it now, I'll never do it. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to focus my attention on getting this back out there again, and that's what I've did. It's been a hard struggle this year. We managed to negotiate a really good deal with TG3 to buy all their keyboards, and they don't want to ever be involved in it again. But I mean, we've got a new keyboard lined up from China, so when we've sold them all, we're carrying it on, but it's costing a lot of money to develop the new keyboard. I mean, a lot of money. So any money we make, I mean, I'm not taking a penny out of my MyRetroComputer. Everything's going back in to develop the new keyboard in the future, and then we'll be able to sell it a lot cheaper, because we'll be selling it using a Chinese manufactured keyboard, Chinese keycaps, but they're our own keycaps. We're having to have injection moulds made for these, but this is way into the future. We've got to sell all of the stuff we've got here first before we go down that route. Something else we're going to do, literally we're working with it now, we're doing the Raspberry Pi adapter kit. I'm hoping to do a video with that next month, but we won't have them for sale. We'll probably put them up on the website for pre-sales, but the adapter kits won't be with me until after Chinese New Year, so March sometime, something like that, end of March. Beginning of April, something like that. We'll have them, but we'll probably put them up for pre-sales. But we'll do a video at some point in end of January, beginning of February, and I'll do the video of the adapter kit. That'd be nice. The other thing is, someone that bought a My64 in Germany have let me know that there's another board we can use, and I'll put the link on the video. Because I can't remember the name of the board now, but it's made by Biostar, and apparently it's something like 5 times faster than the ASRock 4105, J4105. It's better than that, and it's got Vega 5 or Vega 6 graphics on it. It's amazing, considering it's a system on a chip. It's basically it's not got a separate processor. It's like the J4105. It's all on the motherboard, and they've told me that they've been running back to zero, and they've been running certain games and things like that on it, and it's been running really well. So and also runs Windows, and it's pretty slick. So I'll probably put the link, and we'll probably do a video on installing that board next month at some point, and then we'll do the Raspberry Pi. But yeah, I think that's everything I've had to say. One more thing, I did say I'd give a mention to the guy, the illustrator, that the retail boxes, I think that I don't want to take credit for them. The only credit I'll take is I wanted the experience of unboxing to be as close to the original as possible, but I'll put all the responsibility to doing that on a guy called Richard Hawthorne, and he owns a company called Aristocrat Signs, and he did an outstanding job on the retail boxes. They are out of this world. I mean, you can see them on the website and that, and people that have bought them, I'm sure you've got the same thing to say. They are absolutely fantastic. So that's both the My64 and the My Vic20. They are amazing. So I've got another. I want to say thank you to Mike. That's as far as I'll go, because I won't say who he is or anything, but he's helped us a lot this year. We've had a few problems with some legal problems, and I'd just like to thank Mike for resolving them for us. But I think that's about it. I've said enough. I've rambled on. I've got a sore throat now. But thanks for watching this video, and yeah, I can't wait to do the next one. And please subscribe to the channel. just turn notifications on so you know when we do the next video, and click the likes as well on social media as well. Thank you so much for watching this. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you everyone that's bought a case, and God bless for the future. Let's hope this horrible disease is but you know, now all the you know, we're getting the jabs. I just hope it's behind us now. But thanks very much for watching the video, and we'll see you later. Thanks very much.